Okay, on this one I was going to show an example of the graph editor using the hold toggle switch. So let's go ahead and create some quick movement here. So we'll go down here to our square one, select your square one, hit P for position. Let's give it a keyframe and let's start moving it. Let's move your time indicator a little bit. Let's go that much. Now let's move our rectangle to where we want it. Make it a little more time. Right, we'll go down here, add some time, and move it here, which I'm just hitting. I'm just kind of using the selection tool and hitting shift to kind of try to make it maybe straight across. I'm going to move the time indicator. I'm going to hit select, and I'm going to hit shift again to move it. We'll just do a quick movement there. Move my time indicator, and select and shift to the left. Move to the end, and to the bottom. And I'm also hitting shift each. The only time I don't think I did hit the shift to not get it straight was this one, because I wanted it to be diagonal. So let's see how that looks. Okay, so real curvy. Like I said, so I want this to kind of have a hold, kind of go, hold, move, and I want it to be very straight. So let's go back. Let's go into the graph editor right here, and there's, we can either look at the value graph or the speed graph. So we do want the speed graph. Let's hit the position, and see now our keyframes are selected there, and we're going to hit that convert selected keyframes to hold. And so now it straightens everything out. You can see there's no frames in between, so that's just from frame to frame. If we go back to our regular timeline, let's hit play, and we can see what the difference is. It's very mechanical. It's very straight. And so we can see what it's doing. As you can see in the regular timeline, we're moving in time. As you can see here, it's holding. The square is holding. The rectangle is holding. It moves up to the very last frame, to the next keyframe, and then on the last keyframe it moves. So from here, right here, to here is one frame. Okay. And now we're going to do this. It's going to do the same thing. It's going to move, and it's going to go to the next to the last frame and hold, and then it moves. And it holds and then moves, hold, and then move. And same thing. Okay, so let's go here and let's try a rotation. So we'll go to our select the square over here in the timeline. Let's hit R for rotation. Hit the stopwatch for keyframe. I'm going to go over here in the time graph over here and select on the layer right here. I'm going to hit U. That way it's going to show me the keyframes on this, on the position and the rotation. So I want to kind of see both of them. So I'm moving up to here, to here, I think right here is where I want it to rotate. So I'm going to click another keyframe down here, and I want it to move right there. So let's rotate it 90. Return. So I hit 90 over here, and that'll give me a keyframe. Okay. And let's go to about right here. Give it another keyframe. And now I want it to move over here, and let's move it back to 0. Let's see how that looks. As you can see, that movement doesn't quite do exactly what I want it to do. So I want it to move much quicker. So let's try giving that a hold. See what that does. So we'll select the rotation right down here, go to time, the graph editor, and I'm going to hit the rotation over here again. Make sure, or you can select it. You can hit Shift here. Oh, you know what? Let's this is make sure I'm on the edit speed graph. Okay, I am. I don't want the value right now. So another way I can do it is I can take my selection tool and hit Shift and kind of move over all of the. I want to make sure you get all of them, all of the keyframes. So I'm not even sure if that did get them. That's why sometimes I like hitting that rotation twice over here. That way I can see all of them got selected all at once. And let's hit that convert keyframes to hold again and see what that does. And see how it flattens everything out. Let's go back to our normal timeline and hit play. See what that does. Yeah, that's closer to what I wanted. Seems like it's a little strange right in here. Let's take a look. Hold, yes. So it stops here. So it kind of doesn't quite move quite exactly on the timeline. So I want it to end there. Let's try moving this frame. Whoops, not. I'm going to deselect. I'm going to click down here and then just select that one frame and move it over here. Yep, see, that's what I wanted. That one doesn't quite move exactly right either. Let's try lining up that keyframe. Yeah, that's closer. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't quite right either. Okay. So sometimes you have to kind of move those frames around a little bit to get them where you want them. Yeah, okay. Let's see how that looks. That's better. Okay. Okay, now let's take that square and let me show you, if you don't want to use a graph editor, how you might try to accomplish something like this. So let's go here. We'll just duplicate this one. So we'll click that square, Command D, and I should get the same thing. I'm going to change the color. Okay. I'm going to switch the toggle, the eyeball off on that one so I don't have to see it. Okay, I'm going to hit U. I'm just going to wipe all these out. So I'm going to select all, delete, start over. So I'm going to start on the position. Let's select the position, hit a keyframe, and move it over. And I want this to hold, so I'm going to give it another keyframe. I'm just going to move it over one frame and move it to where I want it. So as you can see, I don't have any frames in here, so that should be quick. There we go. Okay. Now I want this to hold again, so I'm going to move the time indicator, give it a keyframe over here, and move it over one frame. Let's see. And then move it down. I'll hit the shift, get it kind of straight. Move my time indicator over. Give it another keyframe so it's holding. Move it over one frame and then move it where I want it. Move my time indicator, give it a keyframe, move over one frame, shift, select down, give it some time. I forgot to hold it, so Command Z, give it another keyframe. Is that holding? Yeah, that's holding. Move over one keyframe. Shift, select, move. Move the time indicator to the end. And then, let's see, I think I want to give it another keyframe. Move over one frame. Bring it down. And then hold. And see what that looks like. So there we did the same thing without using the graph editor.